Retire the colors. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Boy, I sure hope somebody left the light on in Port Orchard. Pretty incredible. Well, welcome everyone and good evening to graduation 2005. And a happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. Indeed, this is a very, very special day. At this time, I would like to welcome parents, grandparents, family members, friends, and distinguished guests, which are, from my right behind me, Board Member Greg Scott, Keith Garton, Superintendent of South Kitsap, Dr. Beverly Cheney, Board Member and President of the Board, Jim Huff, Board Member Chris Lemke, Patty Henderson, and Principal of the Class of 2005, Esther Albertus. I'd also like to acknowledge and thank Mr. Gary Grams and the band for being here today, the NJROTC, the Highlighters, and the Sign Choir, the counselors that have been with this class for the last 3 years, Jennifer Goots, Roger Magnahas, and Dennis Cruchon, Mr. Mike Downham and the video production crew who came here early this morning to set up for our video production for today. Mr. Mike Allen, thank you for the sign choir and the highlighters this evening. And the staff members that are here with us tonight. Staff members, thank you for all your hard work, your dedication, your encouraging words, your prodding, the pats on the backs, the tears and the laughters and the joys. I would like you to stand and be acknowledged. Staff members, please stand. Well, class of 2005, you know, it's no secret. No one ever gets to be successful without somebody there behind you to support you all the way. And I think it would only be fitting today if you were to stand up right now, turn around, and give your parents a nice, warm welcome and appreciation. Thank you. Great job, you guys. Parents, I'm sure many of you in the back of your minds right now are thinking, how could it be that I have a young daughter or a young son that's graduating and being a senior in high school right now? And so what I'd like to do just for a moment, if we could just shed a little bit of light and maybe a little bit of humor as we go through this evening. Obviously, there's a little bit of a generation gap when you and I were in school. For an example, bottle caps have always been screw-off in plastic The original Atari predates them, as so do vinyl albums. The expression, "you sound like a broken record," means absolutely nothing to them. They may have heard of an 8-track, but probably have never seen one or heard of one. The Tonight Show has always been with Jay Leno. Kansas, Chicago, Boston, America, and Alabama are places and not musical groups. And the last one, they can't fathom not having a remote control. Ladies and gentlemen, in class of 2005, it gives me great honor and pleasure right now to introduce to you a young lady that has been full of pride and dedication and spirit in the class of 2005. Would you please welcome Courtney Janes?
Class of 2005. It has taken 13 years, but I am proud to say, congratulations, we finally made it. I don't know about you, but I cannot wait to look back on our years here at South and just laugh at how silly we were. Graduating is the beginning of the next chapter in our life, but it doesn't mean we can forget past chapters. Who can forget getting up the nerve to ask a date to the dance? Or the good times in the sophomore pit? How about trying so hard to find a place to park junior year? And not to mention lockers that you had to kick just to get open. Our halls may have been crowded, but they were filled with familiar faces that we will never forget. We came from 10 elementary schools to 3 junior highs, and then united as one high school. Many people think that it's crazy that we can get around in such a crowded school, but we wouldn't have it any other way. The friendships, memories, and good times here at the largest school in the state make it all worthwhile. It has been said to move forward and never look back, but I say look back, smile, laugh, and never forget. We may never be wolves again, but we will always be part of a pack, regardless of where we are and regardless of what we're doing. The future belongs to those who believe in their dreams. Class of 2005, as of today, the future belongs to us. Congratulations. Now it's my pleasure to introduce to you Christopher Cunningham.
As we move our tassels from one side to another, our lives experience a changing of the guard. No longer can we look to the left or right and know that there are 180, 70, or even 30 days until we all go home for summer break. From that tassel's single movement, everyone's future becomes varied. Some move, some head off to other schools, some won't even call you over the summer, but regardless of how hard we try, we are all destined to move apart. Before we part our ways, I wanted to thank everyone who has helped along the way. To my classmates, I may not know each and every one of you, but I do know that all of you have held hurting hands, listened to one's troubles, or brought joy to another. Thank you. To our teachers, you provided a comfortable environment to set goals and made us feel motivated to meet those goals. Thank you. And to all the parents, you brought us into this world, loved, cared, and provided for us, and I thank you. There are many things I'd like to say right now. We'd all like to say, but most lack the time to say it. Mr. Colombini stressed the idea of not counting the days, but making the days count. And we should. Time will fly by, and before we know it, we'll be in the stands as parents, watching our own children move their tassels from one side to another. Between these two dates, take the time to make a difference. Help someone in need, or just be a listening ear. Just make sure these dates don't breeze by. Once they have passed, we cannot get them back. Between these two dates, head off and experience your life. Some will head off to college, some to trade school, some overseas, but wherever life leads us, we cannot lose our defining zest for life. Be happy with life. Many times our circumstances will bring us down, but it's those who keep that zest that will make the best of a poor situation. And finally, between these two dates, don't lose sight of your dreams. It's a general statement, but take it to heart. We'll find ourselves buying a house and car, paying bills, and doing our own laundry. Don't sweat it. It only wastes time. One can take all of that potentially wasted time and use it constructively. Whatever you do in life, be happy. You'll last longer. Thank you, and God bless. It is now my honor to introduce Miss Sarah Oliver.
This is a song by Cat Stevens. It's called If You Want to Sing Out, Sing Out. And I'd like to dedicate it to my mama. I love you, Mom. Well, if you want to sing out, sing out. And if you want to be free, be free. 'Cause there's a million things to be. You know that there are. And if you want to live high, live high. And if you want to live low, live low. 'Cause there's a million ways to go. You know that there are. You can do what you want. The opportunity's on. And if you find a new way, you can do it today. You can make it all true. And you can make it undo. You'll see. It's easy. You won't need me to know. Well, if you want to say yes, say yes. And if you want to say no, say no. 'Cause there's a million ways to go. You know that there are. And if you want to be me, be me. And if you want to be you, be you. 'Cause there's a million things to do. You know that there are. You can do what you want. The opportunity's on. And if you find a new way, you can do it today. You can make it all true. And you can make it undo. You'll see. It's easy. You won't need me to know. Well, if you want to sing out, sing out. And if you want to be free, be free. 'Cause there's a million things to be. You know that there are, you know that there are, you know that there are, you know that there are. You know that there are. Thank you. It's now my honor to introduce to you Aisha Henry.
We've come so far, we've shown our pride. We're the class of 2005. Out of the pack and into the big world, each and every boy and girl. We've smiled big, we've smiled bright. We know we've done something right. As we walk the aisles of graduation into a world of sophistication, with my hand in hand and my cap held high, it's finally time to say goodbye. So remember, we've come so far, we've shown our pride. We are the class of 2005. And I am proud to introduce Miss Chelsea Wells.
I personally know nothing about graduation speeches. What I do know, I'm sad to say I learned from the movies. I mean, how many times have you seen the Hollywood version of the most important day of our lives? Everyone's wearing their caps and gowns, girls are crying, guys are doing that weird punch each other that turns into a hug thing, and everyone in the family is smiling and happy. Another important element to this Hollywood version is the graduation speech. Everyone a little different, but they all have the same idea. We made it. Now, this has always confused me because what exactly have we made? Most of us just went to school because we had to. So, after giving this much thought, I came up with some of the things that we made it through. We made it through that very important first day of kindergarten where they made us wear giant signs that said our names and where to send us if we got lost, just like little puppies. Although none of us would admit it then or now, we did kind of miss Mom. We got over the stage where girls had cooties and boys just wanted to kiss girls. Some of us handled this stage better than others. We learned that the back of the bus was so much cooler than the front, and sixth graders weren't that big. We got over our in-sync phase, and we learned that we could live without recess. Now, in junior high, we became too cool for everything. Even though we made simple mistakes like not being able to open our locker and splitting our pants open in front of the whole class. We made it through health class, even though we giggled all the way. And showering at school wasn't that bad if you just ran through as fast as you could. Dating started to become a really important thing, along with makeup and passing notes and chewing gum. We learned about a little website called Spark Notes, and also learned that we also learned it wasn't always a great source of information. Math suddenly became harder, and some of the friends that we hung out with in elementary school we no longer talked to. For most of us, we changed the most in high school. This is where we got through the most. We made it through the first lunch of every trimester where we scrambled to find any type of friend to sit with. We got through falling on our face right as the cutest guy or girl smiled at us, and every single one of us walked into the wrong classroom knowing the second that we closed the door, everyone, including the teacher, would laugh at us. We made it through tryouts and not making the team. We finished our English project 4 a.m. Friday morning, but had it on time in class that day. We learned that we might just have to study to pass chemistry, And we still don't know why showing your work is worth more points than the right answer in math class, but we do it. We came to school when we were sick as dogs just because we couldn't miss class with the one. And we had our friends by our sides, and we figured out that the one wasn't really the one. We somewhat understand that when girls say they aren't mad, they more than likely are, and that our parents get on our nerves, but they love us. We learned who we were, and for most of us, who we weren't. Another strange thing about this "we made it" phrase is that it also comes up in Hollywood horror films. People say it right as the scary music starts and the killer jumps out of the bushes. I think this is a sign to say that we're all a little scared of what we're about to do. This is the first and only time that we're sitting here at the Tacoma Dome graduating. We're the ones leaving something behind that we've done for the past 13 years. No matter what we're doing after we leave this place, by starting college or going to work, moving out or staying home, we're doing something new and scary. But whatever we do, we'll be ready for it, we'll get through it, and we'll make it. So now I would like to quote about 1 million Hollywood movies, about 1,000 Hallmark cards, and many wise people when I say, congratulations, class of 2005, we made it. And now I'd like to introduce Mr. Colombini.
Thank you, Chelsea. Dr. Cheney, I can certify by saying that these seniors sitting before me have met all the requirements set out by the state of Washington. Will you please come and accept the class of 2005?
Thank you, Mr. Colombini. Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "The future belongs to those who believe in their dreams." Your parents and the staff at South Kitsap High School not only believed in the beauty of your dreams, but more importantly, they believed in you. They have been here for you as you face the challenges of adolescence and will be here for you as you forge your future. However, if I may adapt a Chinese proverb, teachers and parents open the door to the future, but you must enter by yourself. Consequently, your attitude was and will continue to be the key to your success. Your perspective, your outlook, how you feel about yourself, how you feel about other people determine your priorities, your actions, and your values. Your attitude determines how you interact with other people and how do you interact with yourself. In short, you arrived at this day because you not only believed in the beauty of your dreams, but also in yourself. Your class motto, "If we love what we're doing, you'll be successful," which is a quote by Albert Schweitzer, reflects your self-confidence, zest for life, and loyalty to friends, all characteristics which come to mind when one thinks of the class of 2005. Your belief in Albert Schweitzer's concept that success does not bring success, but happiness brings success, also implies a belief in your power to create your future. John Shar once wrote, "The future is not a result of choices among alternative paths offered by the present, but a place that is created first in mind and will, created next in activity. The future is not some place we are going to, but one we are creating. The paths to it are not found, but made, and the activity of making them changes both the maker and the destination." The following story by an unknown author illustrates how you create not only your future, but your life. A son and his father are walking in the mountains. Suddenly, his son falls and hurts himself and yells, "Ow!" To his surprise, he hears a voice repeating somewhere in the mountain, "Ow!" Curious, he yells, "Who are you?" He receives the answer, "Who are you?" Angered at the response, he screams, "Coward!" He receives the answer, "Coward!" He looks to his father and asks, "What's going on?" The father smiles and said, My son, pay attention. And then he yells to the mountain, I admire you. The voice answers, I admire you. Again the man yells, you are a champion. And the voice answers, you are a champion. The boy is surprised but does not understand. Then the father explains, people call this an echo, but really this is life. It gives you back everything you say or do. Our life is simply a reflection of our actions. If you want more love in the world, then create more love in your heart. If you want more competence in your team, improve your own competence. This relationship applies to everything in all aspects of life. Life will give you back everything you have given to it. Your life, and thus your future, is not a coincidence. It's a reflection of you. I hope you will remember this story as you go out and create your future. You are the leaders of the future and the future of our community, our country, and our world, and they are in your hands. Good luck and best wishes to each of you. And now, on behalf of the South Kitsap School District community and the Board of Directors, I proudly and humbly accept the class of 2005 for graduation and authorize the presentation of diplomas.
We're doing this. We ready? Oh. Gregory Earl Mercer.
Christopher Garrett Cunningham.
Nate Cobb.
Janie Lynn Deisler.
Heather Gibson.
Stacy Suisse.
Stephanie Alyssa Milne.
Deidre Lena Gilchrist.
Courtney James.
Wayne Gray Smolinski.
Aisha Henry.
Nathan Kyle Jameson.
Evan James Oz.
Emily Ruth McKee.
Christopher Abubo.
Michelle Krischel.
Leonard Akos.
Ashley Murphy.
Jamie Ackert.
Tina Ma'ai.
Alethea Acosta.
Sarah Revel Oliver.
Emily Ader.
Chelsea Lynn Wells.
Brad Albertson.
Michael Lackey.
Abby Lynn Amaker.
Matthew Aaron Lacombe.
Kenny Amo.
Lawrence Lacrosse.
Ashley Emma Anderson.
Christina Lambert.
Courtney Christine Anderson.
Jamie Lamphere.
Jared Paul Anderson.
Mike Landon.
There's a second. Justin Anderson.
Ken LaPierre.
Ryan Duval Anderson.
Cindy LaRue.
Stephen Anderson.
Kimberly Leenstra.
Julie Andrus.
Amber Leach.
Amber Dawn Armentrout.
Christina Lester.
Kelly Arnold.
Christopher Lewis.
Gabrielle Arrowman.
Kyle Adam
Lilybridge.
Jared Devon Bader. What happened there?
Andrew Lim.
Brittany Jonathan Baglin.
Mallory Lindberg.
Robert Bailey.
Robert Lockhart.
Andy Belianis.
Joseph Lomer.
Ashley Barnard.
Shannon Neville Logsden.
Bo Barnes.
Chris Longcrier.
Leah Barnes.
Sharon Leota Louderback.
Treve Bartlett.
Kara Eve Lovick.
Tiffany Bartley.
Alan Dean Ian Lau.
Kyle Bates.
Janie Rose Louise Little.
I'm sorry, I moved my mic. That was my own. See, I should never change my staging. This makes a big mistake. Tyler Zachary Baum.
Christina Lyman.
Desiree Baza.
Ryan Lowe.
Senya Ann Bazilwich Was.
Robert Earl Luder.
Michael Gabriel Bean.
Samantha Laureen Lubeck.
Megan Beckman.
Jolie Marie Lund.
Christine Ann Bernadovich.
Chad William Lufer.
Kristen Bisa.
Christina Marie Leiden.
I'll hold this. Sarah May Biddix.
Kirsten Marie McDonald.
How did that happen? Jessica Bishop.
Andrew
They didn't
J.
give me. Is there a change?
McGill.
She's, okay. Don't tell me. I know where I'm. I'm in the right place. That's confusing me. Crystal Bitts. Yeah, I know where I'm at. I thought I had somebody out of order.
Samuel R. McGill.
Corrine Black.
Travis Mayhew.
John Blacknell.
Brianna Lynn Malloy.
Jeanette Blakeney.
Alex Michael Malone.
Joyce Blankenship.
Christina Marshall.
Holly Bode.
Jason Brandon Martin.
Keegan Boaz.
Jimmy Martin.
Chantel Bodie.
Sarah Ann Martin.
William Bowles.
Garrett Hahn Lyman.
Matthew Boone.
Melissa Manning.
Nicholas Daniel Boone.
Desiree Chantel Martinez.
Heather Booth.
Sophia Martushev.
Genevieve Borja.
Crystal Mason.
Michael Bosch.
Sarah Marie Mason.
Shannon Bossert.
Shaylin Mason.
Jesse Boyer.
Jason Mathwig.
Drew Ann Bradbury.
Brandon William J. Matthews.
Bridget Lenole Bradford.
Wes McCarthy.
Ronald Brady.
Douglas Brian McCarthy.
Janelle Brame.
Wes Matthews.
Kelly Brecky.
Holly McElroy.
Mitch Britt.
Christine McIntyre.
Carly Brockmiller.
Andrew McKelvey.
Zachary Brooks.
Brian McLaughlin.
Kyle Brown.
Stephanie McNerney.
Shannon Brown.
Connor McPherson.
Ariel Atwood Bokweg.
Shay McVaughn.
Sarah Brewer.
Stephen Medina.
Tyler Gordon Brown.
Brad Meisner.
Valerie Brown.
Aaron Metzdorf.
Darcy Bryant.
Robbie Metzger.
Trevor Bryant.
Dmitry Mikhaev.
Christopher Michael Buskowski.
Brittany Miller.
Amal Barini.
Charan Miller.
Matthew Lee Burke.
Tori Miller.
Brandy Butler. Happened there.
Nathan Mills.
Marichika Manansala Cabeling.
Tan Min.
Ashley Cagle.
Brian Miranda.
Alicia Lydia Valencia Caldehan.
Emma Lynn Mobley.
Michelle Calhoun.
Jamil Moore.
Samantha Campbell.
Jamie Moreland.
Corinna Campos.
Brianna Lorraine Morningred.
Jesse James Carasella.
Tyler Moses.
Crandall Cardinal.
Stephanie Mott.
Shannon Carlson.
Michael Moyer.
Kayla Carney Gladsjoe.
Garrett Muller.
Morgan Carver.
Brian Murphy.
Sean Cassavant.
David Paul Miller.
Jennifer Castleton.
Kathleen
waiting for her,
Alisa
not you.
Neighbors.
Michelle Chapman.
Caleb M. Murray.
Scotty Chavez.
James Robert Murtha.
Aaron Criswell.
Rochelle Renee Nance.
Devin Chu.
Shaylin Rayanne Neal.
Kelly Marie Chun.
Ellie Nelson.
Drew Church.
Andrew Ness.
Krista Claggett.
Lois Adele Neville,
Stephen Clark,
Diane Marie Nielsen,
Alicia Cleaver,
Ashley Nigbor,
Jackie Nicole Cluis,
Sarah Elizabeth Nilsson,
Kelly Wayne Kleinfelter,
Kayla O'Leary,
Melanie Mariah Cobb,
Tia Osborne,
Maddie Colburn,
Brad Osman,
Jeff Colby,
Ryan Otto,
Sean Coleman,
Skylar Page,
Jessica Collier,
Nathan Parkinson,
Dylan Collins,
Dustin Parrish,
Eva Collins,
Emily Ann Olson,
Sarah Collins,
Stephanie Kylene Pearson,
Carolyn Conception,
Ronnie Pease,
Kaylani Lynn Yako Conger,
Tyler Stephen Penn,
Kara Lee Connell,
Andrew Pennington,
Becky Sue Cook,
Melissa Perez,
Lindsay Cook,
Derek Stephen Perkins,
Alex Cooper,
Hiram Peterson,
Billy Cope,
Jamie Rochelle Peterson,
Kyle Coppinger,
Joshua Peterson,
Jennifer Corbin,
Kristen Peterson,
Tom Cornell,
Jared Ward Pettigrew,
Lindsay Helene Costello,
Dylan Pierce,
Nicole Cotton,
Raymond Benjamin Pawinski,
Jeffrey Sherman Coulon,
Chelsea Pogue, Daniel Pollard,
Who's this? I have Harvey Cousins the second. I am so sorry. Harvey Cousins the second. Stephanie Ann Covington.
Larry Patrick,
Andrew Crandall.
Michelle Starr Pearson,
Bambi Craner.
Jessica Piontek,
Joshua Daniel Kroc.
Lindsay Powell,
Jason Crocher.
Ben Rasmussen,
Ashley Culver.
Chris Roush,
Emily Ann Dalrymple.
Matt Raymond,
Joseph Thomas Daniels Hall.
Ken Redman,
Nicholas Dargle.
Paula Patricia Reinhardt,
Audrey Doherty.
Dustin Rhodes,
Cynthia Davis.
Alisa Ricketson,
Jessica DeGarmo.
Zachary J. Riddle,
Angelica Castro de Jesus,
Adam Reich,
Marina Jonette de la Peña,
Leslie Riffenbury,
Morgan Denny,
Randy Marie Robinson,
Dana Marie Dorego,
Eric Racconi,
Gabrielle Joy DeVault,
Haley Rogers,
Shirley Josefina Diaz Ryder,
Whitney Renee Rodney,
Daniel James Dillard,
Jessica Rogers,
Christopher Dobb,
Kayla Rakentine,
Brianne Doffelmeyer,
Karen Reeves,
Stephen Dombrowski,
Kimberly Lynn Rigg,
Brody Donaldson,
Jason Ramonski,
Christian Frank Doty,
Catherine Rosapepe,
Ashley Drescher,
Clayton Roth,
Tony DeWart,
Ashley Inez Russ,
Jessica Nicole Dunnigan Earl,
Nick Saberon,
Heather Jane Edgecombe,
Trevor Sager,
Amanda Lucille Edwards,
Michelle Salgado,
Carew Ellis,
Cassie Sample,
Sean Elser,
Grant Michael Sampson,
Michael Evans,
Stephen Anthony Sanchez,
Bernadette Evers,
Oscar Santos,
Chelsea Montana Evett,
Megan Lynn Sauerlander,
Michael Evett,
Alla Savage,
Megan Lynn Fairbanks,
Krista Lynn Schiller,
Mallory Fulner,
Lenny Schwartz,
Katie Elizabeth Diane Finney,
Acacia Rock,
Melinda Fish,
Steve Rybarczyk,
Brandon Fisher,
David Lynn Shiro, David John Shiro,
Kaylee Fitzgerald, I'm so sorry,
Ryan Neal Scott,
Holly Fix,
Melanie Seabrook,
Max Thomas Floyd,
Brandon Siemens,
Mindy Fogerson,
Patricia Segan,
Sarah Foster,
Chelsea Ann Center,
Troy Edward Francis,
Sophia Shaddocks.
That was the next. Kevin Fox. I'm so sorry. Kevin Fox. We'll try that again. Kevin Fox.
Sunny Lynn Schaefer.
What? Okay. Joshua F. Francisco.
John Paul Sharp.
Jeffrey Scott Franco.
Justin Sherritt.
Douglas Franz.
Donnie Sheetsley.
Nicole L. Frazier.
Leah Shepard.
Jessica Shea Freeman.
Tiara Schroff Lawrence.
Timothy Lawrence Fuller.
Amy Seams.
Amanda Galla.
Kristen Brooke Seiler.
Anthony Galloway.
Ashley Simmons.
Hakan Lee Gangness.
Courtney Laurel Simmons.
Chris Garcia.
Jennifer Marie Singer.
Crystal Garrison.
Sarah Singleton.
Paul Garvin.
Chanel Jamay Skillman.
Catherine Diane George.
Amanda Beth Slepko.
Scott George.
Corey Smith.
Michael Allen Giese.
Maria Ann Ramos Smith.
Megan Gilbert.
Matthew Snip.
Brandon Paul Gilchrist.
Kanisha Soli.
Melinda Glantz.
Brandon Spencer.
John Go. Wait. No, I have to wait for the other side.
Zach
I'm waiting
Spieth.
for my partner. Thank you. Samantha Godfrey.
Hannah Spool.
Therese Adele Goosey.
Austin Anthony Stacy.
Lisa Gordon.
Buddy Stafford.
Jason Xavier Goss.
Brian Stallman.
Brandon Granado.
Samantha Stanton.
Benton Matthew Green. I sometimes wait.
Melina Janae Staten.
Crystal Nicole Greer.
Esther Luciana Steen.
Amber Gregg.
Craig William Stevens.
Susan Grice.
Heidi Stingle.
Cody Grote.
Jonah Spool.
Heather Ann Gualco.
Alicia V. Stewart.
Cynthia Francisco Guillermo.
Keith Stone.
Joshua Charles Gwynn.
Benjamin Clayton Schneider Stratton.
Kyle Hagee.
Chris Strobel.
Charmaine Hall.
Jacob Christian Strout.
Gillette Hall.
Melissa Marie Stewart.
Melissa Victoria Hamlin.
Jennifer Summers.
Wade Hanaker.
Matthew Eugene Swagger.
Ebony Harris.
Catherine Noel Tannery.
Stephanie Hart.
Brandon Taylor.
Matt Hartwell.
Ian Taylor.
Sean Hartwell.
Amanda Marie Tennant.
Heather Hardy.
Justine Elizabeth Thayer.
Ashley Nicole Hathaway.
Andrew Peter Thomas.
Hannah Hathaway.
John Thomas.
Dan Haver.
Ashley Tierney.
Michael Hawkins.
Jenna Nadine Tim.
Brian Allen Hayek.
Tom Timmons.
Amanda Heyman.
Kyle Joseph Vetter.
Shannon K. Hennigy.
Kristen Ann Turnbull.
Lacey Hendershot.
Hillary Tutterow.
Nathan Anthony Henderson.
Jessica Ann Tweedy.
Michael Loken Heasted.
James Van Cleef.
Kenneth Hill.
Charlie Vang.
Rebecca Hill.
Matthew Vaughn.
Eric Paul Hillebrecht.
Dustin Vavra.
Jordan Hitch.
Annette Marie Veach.
Giovanni Hokog.
Jake Veach.
Chris Hodges.
Jennifer Vialva.
Jennifer Bonnie Push.
Sierra Vinson.
Andrew Martin Hoffman.
Corina Virden.
Christina Jean Holmes.
Casey Jean Vlist.
Nicole Holt.
Joshua Wade Netzett.
James Andrew Hood.
Lauren Waldbillig.
Tyler Hoskins.
Natasha Valley.
Chevelyn Gapea Howard.
Jameis Toomey.
Rachel Ann Hubner.
Amanda Walker.
Matt Hudson.
David Walsh.
Andrew Scott Hultz.
David Bradley Walthall.
Justin Hunter.
Elizabeth Walthall.
Ben Eisler.
Wesley Ward.
Thomas Allen Jetty.
Natalie Wargo.
Jesse Jimenez.
Melissa Ann Watson.
Jordan Michael Jimenez.
James Way.
Ashley Nicole Johnson.
Justin Way.
Larry T. Johnson II.
Daniel Reed Weatherford.
Melissa Mary Johnson.
Derek Jason Webb. Jessica
Elizabeth
Weber.
Ann Hollander.
Derek Jessica Weber.
Cassie Kelly.
Laura Weed.
Brad Johansson.
Jessica Weinert.
Orrin Johnson.
Elizabeth Welch.
Daryl Joliffe III.
Kevin Tyler Welsh.
Alex Jones.
Ryan Westbrook.
Nathaniel Jones.
Kristen Villers.
Jennifer Jordan.
Madeline Mary Weinkoff.
Justin J. Jurgens.
Jonathan Wheeler.
Ryan Kaiser.
Jeannie White.
Chelsea Kalkworth.
Christy White.
Mariah Carls.
Adam Weeman.
Sadie Cash.
Morgan Wigan.
Kaleo Keanu.
Christopher Wignall.
Dean Kelly.
Kyla Wilcom.
Brandon Ray Kelly.
Danny Wilcox.
Sarah Chance Kelly.
Jesse Williams.
Chanel Durrell Kelly.
Joshua Williams.
Corey Chris Kelmel.
Josh Willis.
Melissa Kelsey.
Andrew Wilmarth.
Dustin Kemp.
Jack Wilson.
Mark Kenner.
Jamie Wilson.
Danny Keohi.
Heather Ann White.
Brian W. Kirby.
Randy Wilhite.
Stephen Kidd.
Amy Lynn Wilkins.
Michael Kilcoyne.
Nikki Wilson.
Heather Michelle King.
Beth Winslow.
Megan Kingsbury.
Michael Woodruff.
Kimberly Ann Knappman.
Melissa Wapshaw.
Nicole Lee Coaches.
Justine Washness.
Brandon Conan.
Adam Lawrence Wright.
Jacqueline Marie Koziel.
Amanda Wright.
Joseph Krecha.
Michelle Wright.
Casey Kraus.
Vincent Yaptonchai.
Lauren Christine Krusner.
Heather Lynn Young.
Jessica Kaipoff.
Tamara Younger.
Eric Olson.
Jacob Yont.
Aaron Poplin.
Chelsea Joe Zimmerman.
James M. Teeters. And Angelo Whitney. And finally, it's my pleasure to announce the names of some guests that we've had in our midst all year long, I think providing an experience for our students and vice versa. Not only would I like to give you their names, but I would also like to see these are our exchange students for the 2004-2005 school year. And I would like to name their country of origin in addition to their name. So from Japan, we had the pleasure of Arima Risa. And from Norway, Benedicta Bo. From Germany, Benedict Becking. Also from Germany, Esther Beza. And from Norway, Lena Fielda. Not too far away from Finland, Alisa Kinnunen. And from Denmark, Louise Lundgaard. From Bolivia, Jose Luis Melgar. From Vietnam, Huyen Nguyen. From Germany, Annika Rathjen. And from nearby Belgium, Jeff Thiraud. And last and finally from Norway, Pia Tufta. Thank you very much.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Tina Ma'ai and the Sign Choir.
Imagine the love we to see you soar above the sky. In my heart there'll always be a place for you for all my life. I'll keep a part of you with me, and everywhere I am, there you'll be. And everywhere I am, there you'll be. Baby, show me how it feels. The sky was in my reach, and I always will remember all the strength you gave me. Till I made me make it through. Oh, I owe so much to you, you right there for me. In my dreams I'll always see you soar above the sky. In my heart there'll always be a place for you for all my life. I'll keep a part of you in me, and everywhere I am, there you'll be. 'Cause I always saw in you my life, my strength. And I wanna thank you now for all the ways you right there for me, you right there for me, you right there for me. I just will always see you soar above the sky. In my heart there'll always be a place for you for all my life. Keep a part of you with me, and everywhere I am, there you'll be. And everywhere I am, there you'll be. Graduation 2005! Woo! Love you, Mom and Dad!
Truly, truly amazing. Tina, you're incredible. Sign choir, thank you so much. Let's give them another hand for that. Outstanding performance. Nice job. Before I begin my final farewell to the class of 2005, parents, I just wanted to say, and community members, thank you so much for your unwavering support these last 3 years. It's a true test of how many of you showed up today to support our young generation that's going to continue on here just shortly. Parents, I also want you to know that sitting on this floor is $1.2 million worth of scholarships that are going to move on after tonight. Let's give them a hand for their accomplishments. Today we come together to celebrate the graduating class of 2005. These graduates have taken a journey which comes to a conclusion today. It is a journey that has stretched their minds and examined their conscience. You could ask, what purpose has this journey served? You will receive a diploma which states that you have satisfactorily completed a prescribed course of study. But more important, you have also made a journey of preparation. Your teachers and parents have worked long and hard to prepare you to meet the challenges and obstacles that lie ahead. The time now has come to you to be set free and to fly on your own. We hope we have prepared you to go forward to meet new and exciting challenges with courage, bliss, and perseverance. When I speak of courage, I don't mean a reckless disregard for what is prudent. Courageous persons act responsibly. wisely and correctly in spite of danger or risk to personal fortune or reputation. When I speak of bliss, I want you to think about what you want for your life. Following your bliss means to follow great joy or happiness or personal and professional satisfaction in your life. Have you ever thought to yourself, what is it that you want your life to reflect? Joseph Campbell, a college professor and author, said, "We should do like King Arthur's knights when they set out on their holy grail. Each set out alone, each entered the woods at the deepest, darkest point, where there was no way or a path. If there is a well-worn path, it is someone else's path, not yours." And we all know in South Kitsap, the wolf pack makes its own path where others dare to follow. In this way, each individual is able to create his and her own grail, led only by a sense of self-discovery, of personal bliss. Follow your bliss, and you will have a rich, full life. Perseverance is also an important part of your future. When I think of perseverance, I think of my dad. My dad was a model of perseverance. When he was a young man, he left his young wife to serve in the Army in World War II, stationed in the Philippines. Upon his return home, he pursued his career, which he greatly enjoyed. 3 different times in his adult life, he had to move away from home. Still, he persevered until he could last move back home. Not only was my dad an example of perseverance, he also displayed an attitude of great joy and satisfaction in what he did each and every day. In closing, I want you to fast forward to 50 years from now. That would make all of you sitting on this floor tonight about 67, 68 years old, and in your retirement years. As you look back on your life, what will you say? My hope for each and every one of you would be this, that you would say, I lived the life of courage, I lived the life of bliss, and I lived the life of perseverance. Class of 2005, thanks for who you are, your accomplishments, and the mark you have left on South Kitsap and in our hearts. We wish you a fond farewell. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you an amazing young lady, Ashley Murphy.
Distinguished faculty, administrators, family, friends, good evening, and thank you for supporting these students from those first scary steps into kindergarten until this night. Class of 2005, you're almost there. The good news is I timed myself, and this speech will only take 3 minutes, so listen up. This is a night for memories, and the one that will stick with me is what I learned about South when I briefly attended another district. They say you don't know what you've got until it's gone, and it's true. I was like a fish out of water when I was away from the Port Orchard community, SK schools, and my lifelong friends. When I told people at that other school I was transferring back to South, they told me South was the biggest school in the state and I would just get lost. Well, I am pretty small, and I have had my share of basketball players bump into me in the halls and say, "Sorry, I didn't see you down there," but I never got lost. Just the opposite. I realized South is big enough to accommodate almost any path you want to take. I figure you only get lost if you don't choose a direction, and that's the message I want to leave with you tonight. The world outside these doors is one big opportunity, waiting for you on a lifelong, self-guided tour, and that tour starts after you flip those tassels from one side of these flat hats to the other. That's why this is called Commencement. We're about to start the tour. It's important to remember we've got a lot of ground to cover, and if we don't choose a direction, life will pick one for us. My chosen path has focused on academics. I hope to be a physician one day and know that will be satisfying, but I know others are on different paths. Some of you are athletic, some artistic, some musical, and many are just happy to be part of a social activity or doing a job that's meaningful. Some of you will go on to college, others to trade schools, and still others directly into the workforce. Most of the friends and family who came to share this ceremony have been in your shoes, excited about the beginning of something big, but at the same time, unsure of the next step. The second part of my message tonight is to urge you to remember and take advantage of that. Don't take life's tour alone. Take time today to recognize those who helped you get this far, rely on them in the future, and add relationships as you go. Compare notes with other travelers in life and let their experiences influence your path. In turn, you may be surprised how much you influence others. To reach your goals, don't be afraid to voice your opinion. Everyone has heard the saying, your future lies in front of you, but does anyone actually know what that means? It means making your best choices and not being afraid to take healthy risks and make mistakes. Without mistakes, nobody would ever learn. Without risks, your gains would be limited. Think about your future. Although it is acceptable to not know exactly where you're going or what you want to do, take advantage of guides in your life who will help show you the way. Don't be afraid to try something different, but be sure to pick a direction, even if you change your mind later. Simply because you're graduating, that doesn't mean you're done learning. How sad would it be to think that by age 17 or 18, you had already learned all there is to know? The audience is here tonight because they care about us. Honor them as they are honoring you. Without their support, you wouldn't be here. For me, I would like to thank my family, especially my parents, for all they have contributed towards this day. Choose your path well, then, as you flip your tassels and step out these doors as new graduates. Look around as you leave and remember what you've learned from your classmates and teachers at South in preparation for the greater journey that lies ahead. You're ready, class of 2005, and I am proud to be one of you. Now I'd like to introduce the three valedictorians, Kyle Jameson, Michelle Krischel, and Emily McKee. Emily McKee will now lead us in the changing of the tassels.
Graduates of the class of 2005, please stand for the changing of the tassel and remain standing for the singing of our alma mater. The changing of the tassel is symbolic of our graduation and completion of our high school career. Congratulations, class of 2005. On the count of three, change your tassel. 1, 2, 3. I would now like to introduce the senior highlighters to lead the class in our alma mater.